Lunina ora kuleta Samusala Puchichoja Vuta
One thing too is that we bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. We don't have no filter and
No, I like that because if you do that, it becomes a real podcast. If you do
Right,
all the other
right.
stuff, it's just a talk show. You know?
yeah,
So
that's true. Yeah, so
if
that's
you
why
just
we
sit
have.
and you ask questions and we just talk like.
You know what, bro? To me, there's a fine line in between. A podcast,
Just a
and-
podcast?
Yeah, and we going back to you doing a show. You know,
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a fine line in between, and that's why I like. That's why you guys stay true to being a podcast.
Right. That's
Yeah,
about it.
because you guys just like relax and chill. Like right now, I'm still trying to relax. not
okay.
Not be too uptight. But the thing is that. Because I don't want it to be like a show, you know. I don't want to come here and be like all robotic and be not like a show and telling you, oh, you guys, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So, bro, let me give a few more quick shout outs, and then I want to talk about the Hmong New Year thing too, and then the next generation of Hmong people that are coming up.
Shirt, man.
Oh yeah. So, which camera are we on?
Oh, so yours is that one. Chaz is this one. Mine is this one.
Yours
right
is
here.
this.
Oh, okay. So are we all back on?
Yeah, we're back on.
Hey, so Schofield, I met you at the Safe Fair, brother, and your dad. Look what I got, man. Look what my brother right here, Shua, gave me.
You gave me a bunch,
Stand up
so
and show it,
I
man.
still have a small just for free me. So
Wow, I'm a fan. Yeah. Can you guys tell I'm excited? A little bit, because man, that dude is inspiring. Man, he's a kid, so talented, and man, bro, that kid's gonna go far, bro. And I'm so proud. Not the fact that his dad gave him the opportunity. You know.
So dedicated as a
Yeah,
father.
because
Yeah, right.
I really feel like in our community, Hmong community, now we're starting to see that because the parents are starting to push their kids to do other things.
Yeah.
Because when I grew up, guys, it was just either come college and then that's it, you know?
or come in your lie.
Well, yeah.
That's what we're gonna talk about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jump in your lie. What happened over at J4 in?
You mean State
not-
Fair?
State Fair.
State Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. J4, but
State
State
Fair.
Fair. I'll let you speak on that.
Okay, so
first,
okay.
Mefree.
Well, as far as the State Fair goes, I really feel like we've come such a long way, and this is just how I feel about it. That really set us back a little bit, you know, because
True.
Yeah, because to me, it was quite an embarrassment, you know. And you know what? But for me to sit here and say, you know, judge people, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just saying that there's got to be a way we prevent that from happening, you know, because it's right now it's happening more than often, and it's not happening in our community, but where other people are realizing that, you know what, if we keep inviting these guys, they're just gonna keep fighting.
Yeah.
And so to be honest, I don't know how we're gonna fix that up. To me, I think that I don't want it to be a thing where it's automatic, you know, like we have an event, there's going to be an automatic fight. When you get into that kind of thinking, then it's too hard to come back from because you get into that mode, you know? Right. And so I saw that. I wasn't there when it happened, but I was over there, but this just happened recently. But I think that stems back to what we were talking about, how now we have the option of doing other things than So that stems from that. I think now you see other Hmong guys, we have different areas of interest that we are going into. We're not pushing into two options, you know, either that or có your cousins, có your uncle, you know, or hang out, you know, do the same thing over and over. We have different options, different avenues. Look at Schofield, you know, he's a prime example. You know what, to me, it's not that it's setting us back. It's that I'm sad to see that because there's so many talent in those guys, like in us.
You do know what the Hmong Day State Fair, you know who created it, right?
I think it was PD Rock and Tujer. Right?
Yes, it was Tujer Zhong. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's actually really new to Tujer, you know, because Tujer Zhong who passed away, you know. Yeah. And he created that. It's kind of like he left that, and now we're setting ourselves back.
Yeah. I think it's just that. Just look at Tujer. He was such like an inspirational.
Oh, yeah.
He was very talented for for a Hmong person. He wasn't afraid to go out there and do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, they have the talent, but or they don't have desire to do it, but he's the one that says, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I don't really care what anybody says. Quite honestly, a lot of Hmong people, kids, we are raised to watch what people, act certain ways so people won't say certain things about us.
Right.
We have a good reputation. But you know what, Tujer, for his generation, he's one of the ones that said, you know what, I don't care. I'm gonna go do what I feel like I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go and be a comedian because I want to. I don't care what people think. They might think any way they want, but I'm gonna go and sing. I'm gonna go and dress like Prince.
I think you must be his generation though. You have
no,
to.
no. I'm not. I'm one generation before, after him. Because
really?
my brother and them are his generation.
Oh, okay.
So he's
yeah,
older.
yeah, he's older than me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think so. And that makes my point even better. I mean, because that generation, when you were supposed to be living that life,
Right.
he stepped out. He was the difference, and he had that desire to do that and to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it so it could help people. And you know what, Shaw and Chad, I think that moving on, I think we need more people like that in our community.
Back then we were more. You guys, not you guys, but Tuja Zhang them too. Before you,
Yeah.
they were more strict. They were more traditional. They
Yeah.
just follow the ways of this and that. But now we have like people like Sunisa Lee.
Yeah.
So we have Sunisa Lee. We have you. We have Schofield. We have all these new Hmong athletes that, like the parents are actually really supporting them now.
Yeah.
It's a new age.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Hmong movement.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a Hmong movement, but it's a very silent one. So if you don't pick up on it, you because
miss it.
yeah, because now they're saying there's more to our kids' life than just doing these things. Giving them actually the meal light, it's not even an option for them. It's just that they don't have any more. They just choose that, or they're like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do this, so I gotta rebel against their parents. So they end up doing that. And so I think that because you don't grow up and say, oh, I want to be a Mila. You don't say that.
That's true.
Yeah, you grow up because you're like, man, I'm so tired of my parents telling me to do this. I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and my friends are Mila, and you eventually live that life. So I think now, for instance, like Schofield's dad, I could see the exuberance in his eye and how proud he is, because not only is his son excelling in something, but he has given his son the allowance and the opportunity to follow his dreams of athletics,
Yes.
Because I will tell you this, when I was a kid, I wanted to play like baseball so bad, but my dad said, no, you know what? That's not going to work because it's not going to help you at all. So he never signed me up. And so I just never pursued it. You know what that does show? What Schofield's dad did? He didn't just do something for Schofield. He did something for him too. Instead of being that bitter dad, say, "Oh, his life's changed now too." He gets to be that dad that says, "You know what? I'm so proud of my kid because I gave him the option to not just do something, and now I'm so proud of him. I could go on trips with him. We could go to fights. We could do something that he enjoys and I enjoy, not just something that I'm trying to." And so he's doing something so good for himself too. In a way, it's going to make his life better. He's going to live longer. He's going to live a healthier, richer life. And these are the things that we don't account. We just say, oh, you know what? I'm going to force that person. Even if it's a rocky road, as long as we get to that point. But they don't see the struggles and stuff. But if you do something that both parties are, enjoying it, you can have such a better life. And those are the little things that we miss out on. And those are the little things that shorten our lives and gives us stress, And I think Hmong people, and then we start drinking and we start falling off, having these mental health issues that we're having now. And so I think that one little spark like that could change a whole generation. And so I think Schofield's dad, he's not just doing something. If you look at it from the outside, it's just my son doing something that he enjoys, but no, it's more than that. And I think that that's what Suni Lee is doing too. Suni Lee is able to even take it into like the main stage, And you know what, guys? People forget that Suni Lee, she's still like a teenager, and when she does all these teenage things, people are like, "Why are you doing it?"
That's true.
She's still a kid. Let her do those things. Well, she's like doing all these things. They're like, no, you're an Olympic. We hold you to. No, she's a Hmong kid. She's a Hmong teenager. Let her enjoy life. She wants to go party. She wants to go have fun. And now she's a role model. They hold her to this. Oh, you know what? You can't do anything of this. Once you do that, we're gonna no. she's still a kid. Let her be a kid. Let her be a teenager. Let her date. Let her do all these stuff that a regular teenage person does. Yeah, she is an Olympic gold medalist. Let her pursue her other goals too. Let her not just pursue her Olympic goals, but let her live her life and pursue her relationship goals. Let her pursue her family goals. Let her pursue her being a daughter goal. And those things, people don't account for that. They're just like, oh, she's an Olympic. Why is she doing this? Why is she doing? No, she's a kid. She's a teenager. Yeah, she's very talented. She's very gifted. But at the end of the day, she's like your little niece. She still wants to paint her nails. She still wants to try on makeup. She still wants to go grab like Starbucks.
Yeah.
And so people forget these things. And it's very important to let her enjoy these things, because you know what? If they don't do that, she's going to end up just being bitter. Yeah. So, and I think that's one thing that we got to lay it off on her is that she did all these amazing things, but at the same time, we got to let her grow too, I want to take a special moment to give a shout out to the guys that's been helping me through this journey, because what I've learned is that before God or anything, big or anything that uses a lot of energy, there's a group of people around you that help you to get to a certain point of your life or whatever you want to achieve. And those people to me is Mitch at Four Thumbs. And Brother Mitch, if you're watching this, I hope you know that you've inspired me like I told you on the phone. And I'm doing this and I want you to fly out there and be with me when I run off in Maryland. And so shout out to Four Thumbs and Mitch in California, man. This dude is amazing. He's doing a lot of positive things for the Hmong community. He's not just uplifting them, he's helping them financially. He's taking his life from the bottom to the top, and he's doing all this while helping people too and inspire them along the way. So Four Thumbs and Mitch and Schofield too, brother. I met you. You and your dad. You guys are so awesome, and you're such a talented kid, brother. Just keep following your dreams. And the other one is Hogmasters, Moa in Hugo. Moa, I love you, brother. I told you I was gonna shout out, man. You've been running your hog place for such a long time, helping the community too now, and you're helping the homeless too, brother. So I want to give a shout out to Moa. He's a big supporter of mine, and so if you guys need all your pig butchering, go to Moa, because he's doing an amazing job. He's one of the standards for us as Hmong people that we gotta follow, because he's doing such an amazing job. And like I said with Mitch, he's also helping our Hmong community, and Eric too. Eric Va at with Four Thumbs. I think they have Four Thumbs printing now. Eric, he made all these shirts for me, and so man, this dude, I just call him. I'll be like, bro, I want this, I want that. He'd be like, okay, I'll get that up.
I don't think it's just you two.
Yeah, right, yeah. So
Four Thumbs.
Yeah, so
He made these for us.
yeah, and even Schofield. So this dude, he's like a real, like, I call him out like, bro, I want like this hat too. You guys see the hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, I want a hat so I could wear it on the podcast. He's like, bro, I'll get it. And then like, he would just go and email it right to me and be like, do you like this? What do you want on it? What do you need? Like, he's so easy to work with, and he'll listen to you. So those guys, man, big shout out and big props to them for just being in the Hmong community, digging deep and helping us, man. Without them, this movement wouldn't be possible. So I just want to give them a quick shout out, because they helped me, and I know I'm going to rely on them even more as I pursue this journey of mine. Gonna be tough, but I know that with the right support group, and I know that with these guys along with Telemong Podcast too, I gotta give them a shout out too.
Yeah.
Man, Telemong Podcast, man, they're doing it, man. They're bringing on all these guests, influential people, and they're doing it the way that it should be done, like just chilling and talking about it. Because that when you chill and talk, people open up and you get to know where they're going, what they're trying to accomplish in their life, versus trying to get the info out of them. And I just love the fact that I could just come here and chill with them. And Telemong Podcast is doing it with Short Chat and the rest of the guys. They're here beating up on each other and still doing a podcast, So
we're really just following Short.
Yeah. So man, these guys are they open the door for us to come through, and so I'm so happy. Without them, I wouldn't, be able to come on here and talk about what I've been trying to talk about. It would just be me sharing it with just anybody. But on here, I'm able to share it. And so I hope that if you guys are all watching, I want you guys to realize what Telemon Podcast is doing in our community, and all the guests that they will be getting. I know for sure they will be getting better, big guesses coming through, and so, and Shaw better get ready. That's all I gotta say. Shaw, and you guys better get ready, because this thing is gonna hit it off, and you guys are gonna be bringing in, a lot of influential people. So, but you know what, bro? I just want to tell you guys that no matter how big you guys get, I hope you guys keep this format, just chilling and talking, because I think it works. Well, I know it works.
Yeah.
So I think that, so. Doesn't matter how big you guys, because I know you guys are gonna get big. Just I love this format. Just chill and talk.
And thank you, Mefree.
Yeah, and so those are my shout outs, and I'm telling you guys the truth, man. These guys really helped me. Mitch, he messaged me, and he would just be like, "Bro, you got this," and so. You guys can follow me on my page at Facebook/Mefree Lee on there, and see my journey as I run across this country. I'll post up more as I run. I think that's the only stuff that I'll be doing.
Yep, okay.
And then I'll be posting up on there, seeing how my journey goes. In fact, I might even make another page just for that, not my personal page, but for my journey. And so I'll let you guys know soon when I do that. And I think there's going to be a fundraiser coming up too. I don't know just yet. I'm going to go up to Duluth on the 26th and talk a little bit up there. And so I'm going to come back, and I think I talked to Mitch about it, starting a fundraiser too, because I want another guy to go with me too, for safety reasons. Me and Mitch, we talked about it, and I'm going to start pushing it, It's because when I get on the road, I won't be able to push it anymore. I'll be on the road and just focus on that. And so I think as far as the training goes now, I'm graduating TCLI, which is the Teen Challenge Leadership Institute. So I'm graduating that, and now I'm focused. My full force focus is on this, and they know that too. And I'm running 2 times a day, doing almost 10 miles every day, every run. So close to 20 per day.
Okay.
And so morning at 4 in the morning, I'm up doing that, and then again I do a later run too. Honestly, I think that's really rough. But I think I'm gonna scale back and go one long run, and then every other day just do short runs, and then a long run once or twice a week, like maybe get in like a 15. I gotta get my body back to getting used to those 20-30 miles, because those are gonna be so crucial. When you hit like 20-30 miles, then that's when your body shifts into a different gear. When you do the 5-6 miles, your body is still okay, but when you're doing the 20-30, you gotta start living that life, and getting up every day and just going for that. And I think that in the next few months, as the winter months come, I'm gonna start going into that and cleaning up my nutrition too. Because I'll tell you guys a quick story about nutrition. When I first started running, I started at the U of M, right?
Yeah.
So my whole life I've been playing sports. I played tennis and soccer in high school, right? And then when I graduated, we played flag football. So I don't know if I should do a quick shout out to Mid Coast, but
Go ahead.
yeah. Anyways, and then we took third at J Fourth once, and we got cleaned up by back then it was Jofa, right? Back then.
Jofa?
Yeah, bro. They came from Cali. They were really good.
Yeah.
And so everybody lost to them. So when I started school, I neglected my nutrition. I was focused on trying to live that life, the life that my parents wanted me to live. And so I neglected all that, and I would just I would go to McDonald's like every morning. I went there so much that even before I got there every morning, the lady at the drive-thru already got my order. She knew exactly what I wanted. That was sad. And then I would just go there and go to class. And then I didn't even notice it, bro, until I went back to play soccer, just get together soccer at college, right? And so we were running, bro, and then I looked and I was with all the slow people, like the bigger people, and I was like, what? And then we live on a duplex in St. Paul. I climbed up the stairs, my heart started having these sharp pain, and I was like, man, I was 100 and for me, from my size, 150 pounds. Yeah. And I was like, man, I got to change my diet. I was drinking like pop every day. And so one day I just decided, this is the first time I've ever ran. Up to that point, it was just all sports, and I was thin. And then I started like that whole summer up in there, I gained so much weight. And then that fall, when I started college, I took my Camry, I parked it right by the U of M, the parking by the river. I think it's called, forgot what it's called. But anyways, I parked there and then I ran. It wasn't even a block, bro. I almost died. I almost passed out. I was like, man, this is nuts. I was like, man, this is crazy. People do this. And then you hear, oh, you lose weight, you run, right? You know?
Right.
And so I did that for 2 weeks, bro. And every day it didn't improve. The 2 weeks, I still suffer like that. I was like, man, this is not working.
Is it the nutrition?
Yeah. And then so, bro, this was before internet and all that stuff.
Oh,
so I was like, man, I'm not improving at all. In fact, I'm going backwards because I feel more tired. I'm just dying here. So I would tell you guys that first time go kid, e-blog na, you know. And so this is just like for anybody that wants to get out there, that wants to start. You know, I started from like that too. You know, and so I was huffing and puffing. I thought I was gonna die. I started looking into nutrition, the food that I was eating. And then I had to literally, back then there was no internet, there was no Google. So I had to literally go to the library and started reading books about nutrition, running, endurance, and nutrition. And I started eating right. I started eating certain foods, the carbs that I needed. Not all carbs are bad. I started eating a lot more veggies, a lot of more lean protein.
Okay.
And then my weight, and then all of a sudden I saw it improve. And when it started improving, it gave me more encouragement. You know, I was like, wow, this is working. And I started running 2 miles. 2 miles turned to 3 miles. 3 miles turned to 5 miles. And then I kept my nutrition. So what I didn't realize was that nutrition, I don't care how much you train, man. Your nutrition is so valuable, so important. I say that it's actually even more important than anything else. And so when I started eating right, eating the leaner meat, drinking more water, eating certain carbs before I run, and doing all those things. For instance, like pasta, I would eat a bunch of pasta, but I would eat it not even with pasta spaghetti sauce. I would just eat it with a lime, with lemon juice, and just with salt, because I need the carbs. And for me, that's the easiest way for me to intake carbs. To me, that was just instant carbs. I started eating more iron, more organ meat, like more whole. So I didn't eat any fried food. I laid off the fried food, laid off the pop, and I saw my running take off. I was able to run from 5 miles, eventually up to 10 miles. And then when I started running consistently at 10 miles, that's when I had no idea. I wanted to run because of that. I didn't like who I was. But then when I got to 10 miles, and I started running into people that were running 10 miles, and they told me, you know what, bro, you should think about running a marathon. And I was like, what? And they're like, you don't even have to do a full marathon, just do a half. I had no idea there was a half.
Okay.
It's at 13.1. And so that intrigued me. So I was running like at 10 miles every day, and I was like, people keep telling me, I keep running into these people. They're like, bro, you got to do this. You got to run a half marathon because you run every day. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a try. I was like, whatever, you know, if I fail, I fail. And then I ran it, and then I ran it good. I think I ran it like 120.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was like, wow, this is cool. I'm good. I'm happy. I did it.
Yeah.
And then I went to these half marathons, and you know what I found out, Shua and Chad? I found out these guys, they were using the half marathons to train for a full marathon. And I'm like, bro, you guys are nuts. I'm like, this is good for me. What are you guys doing? They're like, yeah, we're here. This is just for fun. We're just going to do this to go train for like Twin Cities Marathon. I'm like, what? I've already made it, you know? And you guys, I thought I made it already. And they're like, nah, we're just doing this. They're like, you should do a full marathon. I'm like, oh, no way. I could run this 2 times, you know? Like, run this again and run again. Full marathon, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna do this. Nope.
So how much are you trying to run now again? Like the next 2 months later?
So right now I'm averaging about 20, almost 20. So I think that I'm gonna try to push it. I think when I get onto the actual running, I'm gonna start out with, at least my goal is 20 per day. But I think eventually I'm gonna push it even more. So maybe do 30 to 40 a day. Yeah, and I think that when I get closer to the West Coast, I'm gonna stop running. I can't run during the day. It's gonna get too hot. I'm gonna have to start running at night. So I'm gonna.
How did the half marathon get to the 10, 20, and 40, and now you're running?
Well, because people kept telling me to do marathons, and then I was like, no, this is not. That's nuts. I'm like, people, you got to be crazy to run 20 miles.
But now you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're the craziest
Yeah.
one we know so far.
No, I got a story about that too. But then, yeah, and then I was like, man, that's nuts, bro. 13 miles, I'm good, you know.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
eventually they kept telling me, and then they told me this. They're like, you know what? There's a marathon up in Duluth. It's easy. You just run straight down. It's beautiful. It's in June. The weather up there is like 60 degrees. It's so nice, peaceful. You should try it. And then my first marathon, I went up there to do it. I didn't think I was gonna survive. I was like, man, I'm the type, if I do something, after all that preparation, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it. I was like, no, I just want to finish, you know?
Right.
But I'll be happy, you know? And then I did it. And then I think I did it in like 3 hours and like 20 minutes. And so from then on, I was like, wow. And after I did it, leading up to that point, I didn't want to do it. But after I did it, I was like, man, I want to do another one, you know? And so that made me train even harder for Twin Cities. So after that, I started running a lot of miles, and I started switching up my diet real, like almost to a vegetarian.
Wow.
The only thing that didn't throw me off of vegetarian was because I tried it without meat, and I couldn't. It was too hard. I needed all the supplements. I had to invest too much time in like protein supplements and all that stuff, which I didn't want to. And so I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm still going to eat the meat, but I'm going to keep it very lean. So I still ate the meat and stuff like that. But I was borderline almost a vegetarian. But that's why my family thought I was crazy. They were like, bro, are you a vegetarian? I told them no.
Diet.
Yeah. And so I didn't make it my diet. I made it like my life.
Your lifestyle.
Yeah. And so I ate like that. I ate really clean. And then my running just excelled. I feel so light, you know. But at one point in my life, like you run, you know. Yeah.
So if I was to do a vegetarian for like at least 1 month to 3 months, would that be helpful at all?
No, I think you can't think of it like that, bro. You can't think of it as
Well, I'm talking about for weight loss. Huh?
Yeah, you can't think of it like that. For me, I thought of it, I just made it my lifestyle, you know, even running. I wanted running when I wanted it so bad that I wanted to make it as like breathing. You know, like every day, like brushing your teeth. Like right now, it's like brushing my teeth. If I get up in the morning, I gotta run and then brush my teeth. Same thing.
Sounds like an addiction,
Yeah.
man.
So I'll tell you guys this.
Hold on, Mefree. Hold that thought. We're gonna take another break, and then we'll come back. All right. Sorry to cut you off, Mefree.
Lunina ora kuleta Samu sala puchi choja vuta Mote entre chote chal haukata Kaya ya ko kuchinoka